Welcome. Class is in session. Plant-based 101. Grab a notepad, a pen or pencil, and a bottle of water because we're about to go to school. Okay, I'm kidding. It is not about to be that formal at all. If you are new here, my name is Shakayla. I create and share delicious plant-based recipes and inspiration. If you're returning, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you clicked on this video, that must mean one of two things. One, you just really want to support me, or two, you are just really interested in learning more about a plant-based diet, how to take on a plant-based diet, or even just how to start enjoying more plant-based meals. And if that is the case, you have come to the right place. I've been plant-based for 6 years now, meaning I have gone through a lot of trial and error, made some mistakes, done some things really well. And knowing what I know now, here's what I would do if I were transitioning to a plant-based diet for the first time. I don't want to make this video too long, so I did jot down some notes and tips that I wanted to share that I believe you will find valuable. If I were starting my plant-based journey on day one, something that I would want to keep top of mind is my why. Why is it that I want to take on a plant-based diet? Is it for health reasons? Is it for preventative health reasons? Is it for ethical reasons? I would say for me, my why was and has been for preventative health reasons. When I thought through some of the health issues that people who I knew or knew of were experiencing, majority of the time it really boiled down to the diet. A lot of this depends on your environment, what you have access to. So some of that is out of our control. When they would visit doctors, nutritionists, or any healthcare professional, oftentimes the recommendation would be to incorporate more plants into their diet. And with that in mind, what you put into your body is important. And if healthcare professionals and research are telling us that plants have the ability to reverse certain diseases or health issues, why not consume more of it? So always keep your why top of mind. Number two, knowing what I know now, if I were starting my plant-based journey off at day one, something I would do is to take things slowly, because transitioning to a plant-based diet is oftentimes a huge shift in what we're used to. Some of us have grown up on a traditional American diet, which is filled with foods which may not be the healthiest for us. Now, if you are comfortable diving all the way in, going cold turkey, by all means, I am in full support of you doing that. However, those of us who may have grown up on the traditional American diet, or just meat and potatoes and dairy and cheese and all these things, sometimes it is really hard to give those up. So what I would recommend doing is taking it slow by maybe participating in Meatless Monday every Monday for a month, or eating only plant-based meals Monday through Friday, or just by incorporating more produce into your diet by making sure you're having fruits and vegetables for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. Add more produce to your diet. And another way to start slow could just be to eliminate or minimize dairy. Same thing when it comes to meat, minimize or eliminate meat from your diet. So I just recommend taking things slow so that you don't shock yourself, get burnt out, or get too overwhelmed, and find a way to do it that works for you. Something else that I would suggest doing is think about meals that you enjoy today and how you can make those meals plant-based. Can you swap out whole milk for almond milk or cashew milk? So that brings me to my next point. You've thought about the meals that you enjoy eating, and you thought about some of the swaps that you can make. I would also recommend that you go in with an idea of what it is that you want to eat for the day, or what you want to eat for the week. So that would mean you need to plan your meals out to the best of your ability. That way, when you are starting your journey, you don't get overwhelmed or confused with what it is that you can and should eat. And you can do this by meal prepping for the week, where you prep breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I know that not everybody enjoys meal prep, and by the end of the week, maybe you're tired of eating the same thing. I know that I have that issue sometimes. I think it's very helpful to cook meals that can be frozen. And if you're not a fan of meal prep, you could try ingredient prep. That's where you prep different types of protein for the week. You prep some sauces that you want to enjoy, and you can go ahead and pre-chop your veggies for the week. So that way, when you are cooking through the week, you can just grab, throw it in the pan or in the oven and go. Now, in order to effectively meal prep or ingredient prep, I think it is very important to keep your fridge and pantry stocked with some of those staple items that you know you'll enjoy. For example, in your pantry, you can keep lentils, pasta sauce. You can keep quinoa. In the fridge, you can have some veggies like kale or broccoli, as well as protein, whether it be tofu or plant-based crumbles. You can easily put a meal together with those. You could take some quinoa, pair it with the tofu as well as the broccoli. That's a meal right there. You could take the pasta, pair it with the plant-based crumbles and the pasta sauce. That's a whole meal right there. So just make sure you keep ingredients on hand, because it is already hard enough changing your diet and not knowing what to make. But when you add not having ingredients on hand to put together a quick meal, I would be stressed and overwhelmed, and we don't need those problems. If you are interested in knowing what some of my must-have items are that I keep in my pantry and my fridge, I have a whole video about that. I'll put it up on the screen so you can check it out. But I go through pretty much the entire grocery store and what it is that I like to keep on hand and what I would recommend that you have as well. But definitely make sure you keep your fridge and pantry stocked with items that you can easily pair together for a meal. When I started my journey, I often felt like I had to shop at these really expensive health food stores. And that's not the case. Nowadays, more and more retailers are carrying those everyday plant-based items that you may enjoy. And you also don't necessarily have to go to the grocery store to shop. I have been loving shopping at the farmer's market. Now, I'm not able to buy a lot of protein from the farmer's market, but I can always find produce at the farmer's market. So I would definitely recommend checking out the grocery stores that you already shop at. Just about all of them carry produce. And I found that a large amount of these retailers also carry my favorite plant-based brands. So don't sleep on the everyday retailers, but also check out your local farmer's market because you're not only getting it directly from the source, and the quality of the produce at the farmer's market is amazing. All right, moving on. Knowing what I know now, I would be very mindful of the ingredients that I'm consuming and the nutrients that I'm getting through my food. And I say that because when I first started my journey, I wanted the food that really tastes exactly like what I was used to. And honestly, what I was used to was not going to get me to where I needed to be. I needed to be more mindful of the ingredients I was consuming, the brands I was using, and how many whole foods were on my plate. Because nowadays, you can't pay me to eat a meal that is not colorful. Okay, maybe you could, but, and don't get me wrong, every now and then I do enjoy my plant-based junk food, but for the most part, I do try to be mindful of the ingredients I am consuming. Loading my body up with products that had ingredients that maybe my body did not enjoy was not going to be helpful for me in the long run. So that's something that, again, knowing what I know now, if I were starting my plant-based journey for the first time, I would be more mindful of eating more whole foods than I was at trying to eat the foods that just taste good but had no nutritional value for me. And then last but not least, I would suggest following those recipe developers, bloggers, creators who are sharing meals and recipe inspiration that you would enjoy. For example, you can follow me. I have an Instagram account, a TikTok account, a website, a Pinterest account. I have so many more videos on here that you can utilize, but there are so many amazing creators out there. I'll link some of my favorite plant-based creators in the description for you to check out. I'll also include links to my website, my social media accounts for you to follow. I have a free plant-based grocery list guide that I'll have linked in the description box as well for you to check out. And I'll also include links to some of my past videos that if you are just now starting your journey that you may find helpful. So knowing what I know now, if I were starting my plant-based journey all over again, those are some of the tips that I would take into consideration to help me on my journey. If anyone is watching this video and you are a vet in the game, you have been doing this for a while, please leave suggestions and tips in the comment section. I found from my past videos that the more that we engage with each other in the comment section, the more that we can all learn. And this isn't just an opportunity for me to educate, but it's also an opportunity for me to learn. I've learned so much from the community that I've built over on YouTube. So if you are not new to this, you are true to this, please leave some tips and suggestions in the comments so that we can all learn from each other. If you are new here and you are just now starting your plant-based journey, let me know, are you on day 1? Are you on day 2? Are you on month 1, month 2? Or is this just something that you have decided to consider? Let me know where you are on your journey and be sure to introduce yourself because I would love to say hello and to welcome you to my little corner of the internet. Be sure to check out the rest of my videos and the links that I have for you in the description. I really do appreciate you being here. I hope that you found this video helpful. That is all that I have for today and I will see you in the next video. Bye.